I want to bring in Tennessee Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn right now on this. Congressman, good to see you.
You too.
Thank you so much for joining us. In Tennessee, approved premium increases ranging from 44% to 62%. Incredible.
That's right.
Could this be a game changer for Donald Trump with less than 2 weeks before the election? Is this the kind of issue that's going to resonate with voters?
Absolutely, because it is one of those traditional pocketbook issues. And one of the main calls we get into our congressional office right now is, what are you going to do about Obamacare and how do we get insurance? So, you know, this is amazing. People are saying, we don't have anywhere to go to get insurance. What are we going to do? Who can we contact? And what has happened is Blue Cross has come out of the market totally in Nashville, Memphis, and Knoxville. They're still in the rural areas in the state. But people in those areas now have only one or two providers. So, Maria, what we've been saying, with you're going to have a narrowing in your options for insurance, you're going to have a narrowing in your options for health care delivery, because the networks will narrow. There will be fewer people that will take these individuals because of the slow pay that comes their direction from the government once they have rendered the service.
This has to be one of the key reasons that the economy is as slow as it is. I mean, Congresswoman, when you look at the fact that this is, for many people, the biggest expense that they face, other than their mortgage.
That's right. You're right. Individually, it is. Plus, for small businesses, you have people that are at that threshold. And I talked to someone last night who has a company, and they are not adding anybody. They're not expanding because they don't want to get over that Obamacare threshold where that employer mandate is going to hit them. Now, what is happening with this is a reflection, and it is what we went through in Tennessee when we were the test case for Hillary Care. And this was a program called TennCare that was put in place in Tennessee in the mid-90s. It quadrupled in cost over a 5-year period of time. By the end of its first decade, a governor, a Democrat governor, had to take 300,000 people out of the program because the program had grown to be 35.3% of the state budget. Unaffordable, too expensive to afford, too expensive to use, and it does not work. It will bankrupt you.
Congresswoman, it's Dagan McDowell, though.
Yeah, Dagan.
And the Wall Street Journal has a great editorial today about Democrats deserve to pay the price for shoving this down the throats of the American people. However, if Republicans are going to take advantage of this, not just necessarily Donald Trump, but in the local elections, in the down-ballot elections, you've got to come up with more than just telling people what's wrong with what they've got.
Well, we have had a replacement bill, and actually there are two separate. Tom Price, Dr. Tom Price out of Georgia, has had a replacement bill in place for years. You have the work we have done from Energy and Commerce, where we put together many bills into one bill that will move forward through our Better Way agenda. That is the repeal and replacement. And Dagan, what you have to do is the first thing, Title I of the Affordable Care Act, unaffordable, is the insurance title. You have to go in and remove that, repeal that title, and in its place put my legislation, which is the across state line purchase of health insurance. Basically, that opens up the health care marketplace so individuals can buy what is going to work for them at a price they can afford. Right. And then you add in the portability components, you come back in and you get to the other positions that deal with the delivery of health care and the affordability of that.
Morgan?
Good morning, Congressman. Thank you so much for being on today. The last time you were here, we were talking about the electoral vote, what was happening with Trump in your state, and what was happening with millennials and women. It looks like that he's headed for a clear victory in Tennessee. But what is your synopsis of the next 13 days, and can he get the Republican Party and the undecideds over the hump, especially women?
Oh, Morgan, you know, you're exactly right. He's going to win big in Tennessee, and I think his victory across the country in the rural and underserved areas is going to be much larger than expected. Now, when you look at getting over that hump, my advice to him is to talk about Obamacare, talk about Hillary Clinton's emails and what we're learning from those emails. Talk about the Clinton Foundation and how they have done influence peddling and pay to play, and then talk about his 100-day agenda. What you're going to do when you get there. I thought the speech he gave at Gettysburg was terrific. And so talk about what you're going to do. Leave everything else alone. But what is beginning to resonate with individuals across the country, and it is the emails, what we're learning there, it is the Veritas videos, and what is coming to light through those with how they have gone in and colluded with the DNC and the different projects to disrupt Trump rallies and the Donald Duck episode. Those are things people see as silliness. They're worried about national security, jobs and economic security, and retirement security.
You're right.